Good morning. I'd like to share with you my morning devotions. This morning I will be reading from our gospel lesson for tomorrow. It's from John 11. I'm going to focus on verses 28 through 37. When Martha had said this, she went back and called her sister Mary and told her privately, "The teacher is here and is calling for you." And when she heard it, she got up quickly and went to him. Now Jesus had not yet come to the village, but was still in the place where Martha had met him. The Jews who were with her in the house, consoling her, saw Mary get up quickly and go out. They followed her because they thought that she was going to the tomb to weep there. When Mary came where Jesus was and saw him, she knelt at his feet and said to him, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who came with her also weeping, he was greatly disturbed in spirit and deeply moved. He said, "Where have you laid him?" They said to him, "Lord, come and see." Jesus began to weep. So the Jews said, "See how he loved him." But some of them said, "Could not he who opened the eyes of the blind man have kept this man from dying?" This morning I have a funeral. It's not related to COVID-19, thankfully. It is a regular funeral of an elderly person who's lived a full and rich and wonderful life. But it's going to be strange because we're going to gather and it's going to be just myself and the immediate family because of these concerns about the virus. And so there's only going to be 5 or 6 people there. Not the gathering that normally would take place, where people can come together and console and encourage and share fond memories and hug you and kiss you and to comfort you in this time of sorrow. We're hearing stories in the news about people who have died of COVID-19 and family members who are not able to be with them in that critical time. In that how they gather and how they are comforted is strained because of this time that we are living in. What I want to lift up in this story is that Jesus came. That when we cannot be with one another, Jesus is still present. And we ask the questions, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." And those deep questions of why is this happening and how can this be continue to be there? And these are the unanswerable questions. But the important thing to remember is that Jesus is here and that he is the resurrection and the life. One of the things that I think is most comforting is as all this was unfolding, Jesus began to weep. He shares our sorrow. He shares our brokenness. He shares that feeling of loss and sorrow. And so then those people ask again, "See how he loved him. Why couldn't he have done something?" Well, what will take place next is that Jesus will open the tomb. And he will demonstrate the fullness of the power of God. He will pray to the Father and for Lazarus to be healed and to be raised from the dead and given back to his family. The very next chapter begins with Martha and Mary inviting Jesus to a celebration to give thanks for Lazarus' life. We have a God who loves us so deeply, and he feels our heartache and sorrow and pain. He knows our weariness, our fears, our anxiousness, and he comes to us to give us life. And so this morning, as we remember this passage and this important story, let us find life where we are. Let us know that Christ is present and he is the Lord of life.